Miss Taylor Teasley. We're going to do, she just released a new song. So we're going to do kind of a little thing for Miss Taylor. Um, Taylor is a country artist from a small town in Southern California whom recently moved to Nashville. Taylor started garnering attention with her first release, Nevermind. Go to Spotify, go to your streaming outlets, go stream her music. Talk about a unique sound. Definitely. So, um, it's that song there was about, you know, I think maybe not everybody, but most everybody, you've had that person in your life that you always wanted it to be more, but it just ended up you're in the friend zone, and that's where it stays. I mean, listen to the song. It definitely tug at your heart, get you all up in your feels. Miss Taylor Teasley. And Taylor's been doing music in some way, shape, or form since the age of 4. Taylor taught herself how to sing and play the guitar at the age of 13. And now she is writing her own history in the music industry every day in Nashville. And just released her second single Friday, April the 7th, 2023. Join the club. This song takes you through the journey of of a past relationship that ended and the feelings and the things that happened along the way afterwards. And the realization from the other party how wrong they were and decide to tell the person how sorry they were at the way things ended and were done and said. And the recipient expressing their heartfelt apologies and that they felt the same way too, but they have moved on. So just go join the club. That would be Miss Taylor Teasley. So y'all go give her likes, follow her on her social medias, follow her journey in Nashville. If you're in Nashville, she plays a lot of shows. So if you can catch one of her shows, go see one of her shows. Um, tell her old pal keeping it country, her old pal Kick sent you to watch her. That would be awesome. So let's go ahead and dive right on in to last week's. Um, I believe it was April the 1st. New releases. Um, there, that ergo we're doing our episode 4. But I wanted to give Miss Taylor Teasley a shout out and get her name out there. She is a star on the rise, and she is making her way. I'm telling you. So here we go. Let's dive right on into it and do what we do. And hey, if you guys have comments, suggestions, whatever you would like to leave, um, do it right down there. Do it in the comment sections. Uh, whether you're watching me on Twitter, whether you're watching me on YouTube, um, tell me what you'd like to see, what you'd like to hear, maybe an artist that you'd like to see or hear. Um, I think this is something I'm going to add. I'm going to add an artist um, into the entry of this, and we're going to go in there and probably listen to uh, Miss Taylor a snippet of her song, and hopefully I won't get flagged on YouTube or none of those for putting her snippet. I'm only going to do like a 15-second snippet because, I mean, if you want to listen to the whole song, you know, download it, buy it, go listen to it on your media. So um, that's all one can hope for. So anyhow, let's just dive right on in here, and we'll get to it. Miss Julia Cole, go Cole team! I'm telling you, all it was. Um, this one's a good vibe song, very upbeat. Um, just about looking in your past, and you know, but with good vibes. You know, not all that negativity or animosity or none of that nonsense. So that's where we're at. Our next one is Cat McCreary, Blacklist. For me, this song had a Taylor Swift vibe. Um, but it's that song, and I believe Taylor has one like it, but I like this one probably, and I know it's weird because everybody knows how I am with Taylor. But this song is about not taking crap from no one. Of course, there's a different word other than crap, but because children and younger people may be listening to this or standing by or hearing it, I don't want them to hear the other words that we shouldn't use around them. So, um, yeah, you don't have to take crap from no one. Just saying. Our next one, kind of a newer artist to me. I'd never heard of him, and Bree Fletcher, and the song's called "Damage." Um, this is about really being, how do I put this? It's about being so into that person. I guess is the words I'm stumbling and trying to figure out, come up with. That person that you're are so into, and you know, and you're so into them, and the damage that they could do doesn't mean they're going to. Don't. It's not that kind of a negative song. It's actually an upbeat, positive song, but it's more about getting into your feelings and really being committed to that person so much that if they ever left, the damage it could do you and rip your heart out and send you in a spiral and all those things, all those negative things. But that's not really what it's about. It's more has a positive vibe to it. So I would definitely suggest y'all go listen to it. It's called Damage by Bree Fletcher. Now, another artist I hadn't heard of, um, Jenna Paulette, and her song is "The Girl I Was." And this is kind of a self-explanatory, or not really self-explanatory. Well, the title is kind of ex- self-explanatory as to what the song's about. But this is a journey for a person who is refining themselves, after all those years, you know, as artists, you may or may not be able to relate. You're asked to put on a persona or do this or do that, but then you start reflecting back and looking back on, you know, whatever happened to that little person back then that had all these grand plans and ideals and gestures. as to what they wanted and how they wanted it. And that's kind of what this song is about, is about finding that person again and being true to yourself, basically. So I I really like this song. It's got a great vibe. I mean, copyright infringements. That's why I'm hoping I don't get flagged for Taylor's at the end of this. But um, I wished I could play you guys these songs that I hear, but all I can do is suggest for you to go to your um, music listening streaming partners and listen to it for yourself and tell me what you think. I mean, if you don't like them, you know, the, there's no such thing as bad comments, other than if you're trying to be hurtful or hate, you know. But my cup of tea ain't everybody's cup of tea. Everybody else's cup of tea sometimes ain't my cup of tea. I'm just saying. We all have different tastes. So let me know in the comments sections. Um, moving on. Our next one, Brandon Ray, Gonna Be Good. This song here is when you have that awesome, duh, if I could speak today, got my tang tangled. Um, that optimistic look you have when you think you found that one, that the optimism, the energy, the uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's on the tip of my tongue and I can't think of it right now. But the euphoric feel that you have at the beginning of anything at a new relationship, you know, it's all about that, and it's very upbeat and very positive. That's it's kind of what I'm going for in these because I mean, and with the new releases thing, I'm doing strictly country because I think Metallica had a new song. Um, there was somebody else that had one, but it was more poppy than it was country, so I chose not to include it. But um, if you go to my page and it shows you my playlist, you can go to my radar, and click in there and probably see what all's in there. Um, but yes, definitely an upbeat song about those new relationships. Gotta love them or not. And then one of my favorite sister acts, the Hobbs sisters, harder than a diamond. Um, hadn't heard from them in quite a while. I'm glad to see them starting to put out new music. One of them just got married, and the video for this that they put out with it is kind of part of that. It's part of that wedding thing, but that's not what this song is about. It's not about that wedding. It's about you know that commitment and the marriage part all together as whole. You know, and you know sometimes sometimes it's hard work, and but the benefits way outweigh the negative aspects. I mean, you know, but you have to be committed and you have to have those lines of communication and all that stuff out there to be able to do that. And sometimes it is hard, and I like to play harder than a diamond. That's pretty daggum hard. I'm just saying, they'll cut glass. Then we come down here to one of my favorites, um, and I have a lot of them. Who's a lot? That's why I just say one of my favorites. I can't say my favorite because I have too many. Um, Miss Abby Anderson, Heart on Fire. Wow, Abby, what a fantastic song. This one here, it's a little bit of an ominous song about that chance encounter when you meet one person you weren't really looking for, and but you just, it's a chance encounter, and you run into them, and you know some of the consequences that go with that, and you know if maybe it was a, I hate this terminology, a one night stand, but maybe it was just a one meeting thing, or something like that, and um, you guys hooked up or whatever, and 9 months later along came a child, or you know something to those effects, and some of the consequences that can come from that. um, and it's not necessarily meaning that you're out there being a bad person or doing anything like that or looking for that kind of stuff, but it's that chance encounter, and you have that one thing. But you have to understand, you know with every action there is a reaction, and for your actions sometimes there are consequences to those actions. So, but it's I say it's ominous, but it's so poignant and on point that it ain't funny. You really have to go listen to it. It's Heart on Fire, Miss Abby Anderson. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Then a couple more of my favorite dual singers, Presley and Taylor. Hey, girls. Um, it's Never Not a Good Time is the name of the song, and it's done with Haley Mae Campbell, and dealing with relationships. It's a relationship song. What more can I say? You know, and it's it's also about, and when I say relationship, it's like Friday night, and it's the way Friday nights are supposed to be. Um, you know, Never not a good time. Whether you're out on the lake with your friends, or out camping, sitting around the campfire, or just out hanging out wherever, on the beach, at a club, whatever. It's about having that Friday night good time, and the way it's supposed to be. Awesome job, ladies. I loved it. I loved it. Um, Kip Moore, Kind of Bar is the name of the song. And automatically, because bars in there, everybody's thinking, oh, well, it's got to be another drinking song. And maybe I read more into songs than what they are. Maybe I don't. There again, let me know in the comments down below. Um, to me, though, this one it's not necessarily about Kind of Bar, as in it's it's an analogy to that comfort zone, or that comfortable place you go to, where everybody, kind of knows who you are, what you're about. You know them, you know what you're about. There again, it could be, you could be sitting out in the lake in a boat with your buddies or your girlfriends or your friends, on a pontoon boat, out deep sea fishing, taking a cruise. Um, yeah, you could be sitting in a bar. It's here or there. I mean, had my time in those. where I hang out anymore. But um, it's all about just that encompassing circle, you know, your safe zone where you feel safe, and that's your kind of place, you know. Like what was the song? The intro for Cheers, where everybody knows your name, the TV show. For those of you that know, you know. Some of y'all I know are too young, don't know. But yeah, definitely about that. It's and it's comfortable about being yourself. It's where you can lay back and just be yourself. You don't have to put up walls. You ain't got to worry about somebody starting drama or this or that. You know, y'all are just hanging out, having a good time. So that's pretty awesome. Miss Erin Enderlin, uh, not enough tequila. This one's just really another getting over a past relationship song, and that, you know, no matter some of the extremes that you go to or what you try to do, you know, it's just hard to get over them, you know. And so the analogy, not enough tequila. I mean, you know, it could be not enough Jack Daniels. It could be not enough CBD, whatever. Um, so yeah, um, it's just, but it's pretty awesome song. You know, like I said, I'm trying to do positivity songs, and some of these have negative connotations, but you know, good music is good music to me, and I'm not going to limit myself to just, you know, this or that, or not do this because it's got a negative connotation in there, or two, or five, or 10, or whatever. Um, but I will point out that yeah, it does have a negative side to it or feel, but overall, the song and the music is great. So that's why I include them in here, and that's what I'm supposed to do. I think. Now, this one are two people I never heard of was Brian Martin and Frank Foster, and the name of the song is "Poets and Old Souls," and this song is about life's lessons, and those lessons we learn, and the things that make and turn us into the people we are and who we are. So, I mean, it's pretty daggum awesome song, though. I'm going to tell you, "Poets and Old Souls." Hey, I resemble that remark. Well, the old parts. Then we come down to Macy Crew, "Raise My Voice." um, this one is, you don't have to be silent. You can speak up for yourself. You can take up for yourself, but there's a way to do that, and a manner to do that in, and you don't have to be mean and spiteful and hateful about it. But you know, and obviously this would be from a young lady or a lady's perspective, but gentlemen, same thing goes both ways. Um, you don't have to be mean and ugly about things. I mean, and I know we've all heard this a million times, and we've all been guilty of it. We walk into something, and hey, if it doesn't work out, we'll still be friends and we'll go, all right. But then, the mudslinging starts, and he did this, she did that, and then the friends are kind of divided, and when all if they're real friends, they just should tell you both to shut the heck up because I'm this person's friend and I'm this person's friend, and you're not putting me in the middle. But sometimes you have to raise your voice. So that's that's what I garnered from that song there. Um, Another one of my favorites, Miss Alyssa Tran, and the song is "Should Have Been You." And pretty much, I'm going to say, yeah, it's probably exactly what you think it is about. And thinking you found that one, but yeah, it just doesn't work out to be and work out, or just wasn't meant to be, and you're trying to move on. So, but the way she does it, and in the song, and the way it's put out there, it's very beautifully done. Miss Alyssa Tran, awesome song, young lady. Thank you. Then we come down to a young man that didn't hadn't heard of, Derek Austin, and the song is called "Stoned." And before y'all think one thing, whether it's alcohol related, drugs related, or whatever, no, that's not what the song is misleading, or the title is misleading. This song is kind of like alluding back to the one song I was speaking to previous, where you find that one person and the euphoria and all that. This person just makes you feel intoxicated around them. You're so full of life and you have energy, and they just make you want to be the best person, the best you can be. And it is what it is. So that's what that song's all about. And it's pretty daggum awesome. I and the play, when I first seen the title, I was hesitant to play it, but then I was like, well, it's a new release. It's in the country part of it, so let's give it a shot and let's see what it does. Go give it a listen. I think you'll agree. Then we come on down here to Miss Mary Key, and the name of her song is "Time." And this one's about finding your path, you know, and trying to get along the best you know how, and move forward and be positive. And you know, everybody knows you're gonna have those sad days, bad days, but it is what it is, and that's what this one's all about. It's finding your path, and that's about it. I can't really expound on it. That's what I garnered from this one. It's finding your path. And then Amanda Jordan. What else is new? And this one here, it's about running into that person from a past relationship, and trying to make that small talk like everything's okay, everything's fine. The awkwardness of it, you know, when you know just seeing them brings up those old feelings, and good or bad. I mean, here I was just talking about, we need to pretty much do the good feeling part of it. Got enough bad in this world. I mean, we need a lot more good in this world. But this one is, all that awkwardness of running into that person, and you know, obviously unexpectedly. You know, big difference if you can plan to run into them versus you're running through the mall, or you're out shopping, or you're out hanging out with your friends, and next thing you know, boom, there they are, standing right in front of you. And it does get awkward. Yeah, it does. I'm just saying. Been there, done that. Wasn't fun either. So, and that was Miss Amanda Jordan. What else is new? I mean, it is what it is. The next one is from High Valley. Whatever it takes. This is an uplifting song about thinking about that person and all the good things they've brought into your life and the blessings they brought with it. Very awesome song, very uplifting, very good beat, very good vibe. Good job, fellas. I had the honor and pleasure of meeting them at I want to say it was the Orlando Barbecue Festival, Tinker Field over there by Camping World Stadium one year. Um, that was High Valley, whatever it takes. So, and then you've got Miss Amanda Kate Ferris. When I think about you, this one, this one here, there again, it's another reflection on past relationships, and when I think about you, and it stirs up emotions, obviously, and feelings, and but don't so much focus on you know just because a few things were bad, or it ended badly, or whatever. What Everything wasn't bad. I mean, you obviously got together with that person for a reason in the beginning. I'm just saying. And then Mr. Nate Smith, and the song name is Wreckage. And when you find that one that makes you want to be the best you can be, and and that's it. Um, Obviously, a little bit misleading, but what I get is sometimes you have to wreck the old you to become the best you can be. So that's our weekly uh, last week's new releases, and I have a function to be at from the 13th to the 15th down in Tampa, and I might do a pre-recorded thing and pop it up and then upload it up onto my YouTube, because I don't pay for this, and they won't let me upload a preloaded one through the restream. But um, And for those of you out there that happen to run across this thing, you need to go check out Restream.io. I use the free version, and it allows me to stream. And I could have picked out two other ones, but right now I'm streaming live to YouTube and to Twitter. But you can do Facebook, you can do Instagram. Um, there's a plethora if you just read through there, and you get some cool features where you can do like the virtual background. You can do the little ticker I've got running across the bottom, stuff like that. I would highly recommend that when you guys do your live, obviously you'll want to do the paid version where you can stream to all your platforms at one time, but that's up to you. Um, there's only me, myself, and I. The budget comes out of my back pocket. So what can I say? I have limited income. So let me tell you, folks, been some pretty good music coming out so far. And from what I've seen here lately, it was it's getting better every day. So with that said, this is your old pal keeping it country. Remember to love one another. Remember to be kind to one another. And I'm going to let Miss Peyton Taylor take us on out of here.
Come to me with your bright blue eyes. Tell me how much you've been crying. Trying to convey how much on your heart this way. Well, honey, I ain't buying. Love story that keep us together. Why you let us drift apart? I can't make it easier for you to break my heart. There ain't enough love to carry my heart. Wash away this pain. When you leave, it starts to feel better, and I start to feel worse. You say yourself, don't piss us. Join the club.
Miss Taylor Teasley. Go listen to her music, download it, listen to it, buy her merch, follow her social medias. Peace.